To the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
15's the mic. 15's the mic. I got 15.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Obviously, slowing down Mahomes, going to be a tall order. He gets the completion there, but what do defenses need to try to do against him?
Well, as we saw in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, their number one goal was to get him to third down and long situations. Not third and manageable, meaning 3rd and 4 or less, but 3rd and 7 or more. There were plenty of those situations because now you can unleash your pass rushers. And if you can get that going, get him pressured in the pocket, get him on the move, use those 7 behind him to cover, that's how you can play Patrick Mahomes the best, I believe.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not the kind of gain that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And they'll get this down to the 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now Scarborough. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's
a fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos. We're scoreless after 1.
Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw.
Going for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Locke. This pass caught by Hamler. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Gordon.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. .37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage, being the road.
And this is caught at the 20. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short term. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
A big play there for KC. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the turnover, here's Locke. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, 1st and goal. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll run forward with Bo Scarborough. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Bo Scarborough, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Locke going to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And that is caught for a touchdown, Kansas City. Noah Gray, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll fire one downfield for Fant, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing now is Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Block 54. Block 54. There's a party out. There's a party out. Check, check.
Block off of play action. Going right back to Fant. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Locke looks to throw it again. High throw, but the catch is made. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Locke now to throw. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos would extend their lead here just before halftime. McManus's point after is good. And the lead now up to 14. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball.
49 to Mike. Watch 49.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Flush to his right. And going deep for Hill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Locke. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Locke to throw. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And he spins past him and into space. And this will set them up nicely deep down at KC territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
I thought he did a nice job there of reading the coverage and realizing he didn't have anything downfield. So what quarterback doesn't love having a running back who's a terrific safety valve that he can dump the ball off to and turn it into a big hitter anyway?
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, Locke. They'll roll him out right. And he'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Like 22 is coming, 22 is coming.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough Just bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On first down, Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. From the 27, Locke. No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A huge play there for Denver.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. This is Fans. Oh, what a catch. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure it different.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. He's to the 10, and finally taken down at the 4-yard line. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season.
And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Escaping the pressure right. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for KC. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. On the move to his left. He'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Mahomes going to throw. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a...
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
And a run like that shouldn't surprise anyone who's ever seen Javonte Williams play. Compact, strong, physical runner. He ran for 1,000 yards at North Carolina last year. In fact, it was over 1,100 and 19 touchdowns in addition. And that's despite sharing the backfield with another 1,000-yard rusher, Michael Carter, who was taken in the 4th round by the Jets. Najee Harris and Travis Etienne were taking over him, but many thought that Javonte Williams might be the best back in the draft.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. Now it's Locke. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. So now Drew Lock gives way to Brandon McManus. The kick by McManus is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. The tackle there by Mark Barron. Now it's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game, it could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many expecting them to come in here and win. And they're not just winning,
They're dominating and now trying to finish this one off.
Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Here's Sam Martin now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Mahomes now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. And with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything.
He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. They'll actually throw it with Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run.